Welcome to This Explainer. If you've been hearing all the buzz about artificial intelligence but haven't quite figured out how to make it, actually work for you, you are in the exact right place. We're going to break down how to turn this tech from a confusing novelty into a genuinely helpful daily assistant. Let's unlock its true power together.
But first, let's get real for a second. Have you ever felt totally let down by AI? You are definitely not alone. So many of us hear about how this technology changes literally everything. So we sit down, open up ChatGPT, and ask for help with something important. Maybe it's a confusing medical bill, a frustrating job search, or a complicated letter from the IRS. We hit enter, wait for the magic to happen, and we get back something so generic and surface level that it's practically useless.
I know exactly what happens next. You close the browser tab, let out a massive sigh, and think to yourself, well, I guess AI just isn't for me. Okay. Let's dive into this, because I want to stop you right there and validate that internal monologue. The problem is absolutely not you. It's not your technical ability, and it's definitely not that AI isn't meant for you. The root of the problem is something much simpler and honestly, a lot more systemic.
The truth is, AI arrived practically overnight, right? One day it wasn't here, and the next, the entire world was talking about it. But in all that wild excitement, no one ever gave us the instruction manual. We were just handed this incredibly powerful tool and left completely alone to figure it out. We were left staring at a blinking cursor, just hoping whatever words we typed into the box would magically work. And for most people, it simply doesn't. Not because they're doing it wrong, but because no one ever actually showed them what doing it right looks like. Think about the tools we use every single day. Writing professional emails, building spreadsheets, or even just searching Google effectively. We spent years learning how to do those things. We practiced them in school, at work, and through endless trial and error. And this brilliantly illustrates the disconnect. With AI prompting, we were somehow expected to instantly know how to communicate with a complex neural network. It is completely unreasonable to expect perfection on day one without any practice. That is exactly why the AI Bridge Foundation built AI Prompt Practice. They recognize that people don't need another boring, multi-hour video course or some expensive, drawn-out certification program. I mean, we are all overwhelmed with content as it is, right? What we actually need is a safe, completely risk-free space to try, to stumble, to get feedback, and to try again. It's an interactive environment designed specifically to help you build that muscle memory for talking to AI. The process is incredibly low friction, and it's designed entirely around you. Step 1. You pick a real-life scenario. Something like getting a quote from a roofing contractor and not knowing if the price is fair. You just write a prompt, typing exactly what you would normally ask the AI. In Step 2, you meet Ari. Ari is your automated coaching partner. Ari reads what you wrote and gives you honest, gentle feedback. There are no grades, no scores, just helpful advice like, hey, here's what's working, and here's one quick thing to make it better. Finally, Step 3. You rewrite and improve. In just 2 or 3 quick rounds, you will be absolutely amazed at how fast it all clicks.
The best part? You don't have to figure this out blindly. We've spent a massive amount of time analyzing what actually moves the needle for everyday people solving real-life problems. We're not talking about software developers or high-level marketers here, but regular folks. So the crucial point is, it all boils down to 5 simple, practical techniques that you can start using today.
Here's a quick rundown of those 5 techniques. Persona and role, context and detail, output format, few-shot examples, and chain of thought. Now take a deep breath. You do not need to memorize or learn all 5 of these at once. Each practice scenario focuses on just one specific technique at a time. You can take your time, practice one today, and maybe come back tomorrow for another. There's absolutely zero deadline and zero pressure here.
Let's look a little closer at the first one, persona and role. This technique is all about asking the AI to respond as a specific expert. Instead of just firing off a general question, you tell the AI, act as a pharmacist, or respond as a tenant rights advocate, or be a master mechanic. Giving the AI a specific role to play instantly changes the depth, the tone, and the relevance of every single answer it gives you. It's literally like summoning an expert to pull up a chair and sit right next to you at your desk.
Next up is context and detail. This is where you give the AI the actual specifics of your unique situation. If you ask a vague question, I guarantee you're gonna get a vague answer. But if you include the numbers, the deadlines, and the constraints of your problem, everything changes. Giving the AI the highly specific details of your life yields incredibly useful, tailor-made results that actually apply to your situation,
rather than some generic advice you could have just Googled.
Then we have output format. Honestly, this one is a total game changer. You can tell the AI exactly how you want the answer structured. Don't just settle for standard, boring paragraphs. Ask for a table, ask for a daily checklist, or step-by-step instructions. This simple technique takes what is usually a terrifying, overwhelming wall of text and turns it into a structured, easy-to-read, and highly actionable format. You are completely in the driver's seat of how you consume the information.
The fourth technique is called few-shot examples. Now, this is really just a fancy way of saying, show the AI what good looks like. If you want an email written in a specific way, give the AI a short sample of your desired tone or format. By providing a sample standard, you're forcing the AI to match exactly what you want, rather than leaving it in the dark to just randomly guess what you might be looking for.
Let's move on and see how this builds with our final technique, chain of thought. This is where you explicitly ask the AI to think through the problem step by step before giving you its final answer. When the AI has to explain its reasoning process out loud, so to speak, it catches important nuances and details that it would otherwise completely miss. Sure, it makes the AI a little slower, but it makes it significantly smarter and much more reliable for complex problems.
Now, once you've practiced the technique with Ari, you reach what the creators are most proud of, the aha moment. After Ari tells you your rewritten prompt is strong, a little button appears that says, "See what AI would say." When you press this, the platform takes your very first original attempt and your newly polished final version and runs them both through a real AI at the exact same time.
Now, what's really interesting about this comparison is how stark the difference actually is. Your first attempt usually produces a vague, surface-level answer, but your improved practice prompt, it generates a highly specific, structured, and actionable response. The moment you see that direct comparison side by side, it instantly clicks, oh, wow, that is what I was missing this whole time.
The absolute best part about all of this? It is entirely free. The AI Bridge Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit, and their core mission is making AI accessible to everyone, not just the folks who can afford a pricey monthly subscription to some advanced prompting course. They want to empower you. In fact, there isn't even a sign-up required just to explore the site. You can start looking around right now with zero commitment.
And the scenarios you'll be practicing with, they aren't abstract, pointless exercises. They are highly relatable, everyday problems that the community actually deals with. We're talking about untangling confusing medical bills, figuring out how to message landlords who are flat out ignoring heater repairs, navigating your frustrating job search, or knowing how to push back on contractor quotes that feel way, way too high. This platform is about real-life, practical problem solving.
So, I'll leave you with this. Which real-life scenario will you solve first? Please, don't let bad, unpracticed prompts keep you from utilizing one of the most powerful tools of our time. I hope this explainer has shown you just how transformative this skill can be. Scroll down the page right now, pick a scenario that matters to your life, and meet your coach, Ari. It's time to turn that frustrating AI experience into something genuinely useful. Happy practicing!